Bill Lang from Small Business Australia. Bill, great to see you again, of course. We talk about that unemployment number for Victoria. So many small businesses caught up in that, I'd imagine.
Look, absolutely, Aaron, and there's not very tight tracking going on like there is with the COVID numbers with respect to the businesses now closed permanently. Small business owners that have put everything into getting a business going and running it, dealing with what they've been dealing with, particularly over the last 6 months, particularly in Melbourne over the last sort of 14 or 15 weeks with lockdown 2. We're not seeing those numbers, but they are in the tens and tens of thousands. People who have had their livelihood, their life's work totally destroyed, totally inadequate financial support from the state government. We heard on Saturday the Premier saying that the next state budget in November is going to be, we're going to do some healing with the business community. Larry, you cannot heal a dead business, let alone tens and tens of thousands of them.
If you hear the words just a little bit longer one more time, how do you react when you hear that?
Well, look, people are very frustrated. In some cases are angry. We have the Save Our Small Businesses initiative on at the moment in Victoria, sosbiz.com.au. Tens of thousands of people have joined up, got a citizen action plan, and are now communicating directly with politicians in marginal seats and sharing with them what the personal impact of this is. Many citizens in Victoria think that business is being looked after, there's grants being made available and these sorts of things. And as you know very well, being a Victorian business owner, most of the grants don't apply to most of the businesses. Many are not getting them. It's too little and too late. The great news is that 75% of Victorians believe, according to the latest Morgan poll, that the small businesses that have had to close should be fully compensated by the Victorian government. That's a case we're going to start prosecuting.
Really, I've been kind of wondering at what stage we're going to see a class action from Victorian business towards the Victorian government. I don't even know if it's legal to be able to do that, but to essentially get a class action together against the government over a decision that has caused so much harm for business. We talk about the next couple of weeks of being closed and some businesses starting to reopen as well. It's that inconsistency in the message, I think, that's frustrating a lot of people.
Yeah, look, I'd like to talk about the class action. So there's a significant one. The world's biggest class action law firm in the world has their Australian office in Sydney. They won a class action against the Queensland government for opening up the reservoirs and flooding all those towns and destroying those businesses. One's already in New South Wales started. Every Victorian small business that's been impacted by stage 2 is automatically involved in it. That one's underway in the Supreme Court already, Aaron.
Wow, there you go. I mean, it's going to be very interesting. We've got quite a few of these. We've got the one against the curfew. We've got one, the High Court, I believe, sitting as well, talking about the lockdowns too. This coming from the restaurateur in Sorrento. We're going to be in Sorrento later on this week, I might add, with part of our campaign of trying to help Aussie business because so many people doing it tough in these main streets, these high streets. It's not just the big business, but it's many of the small businesses as well that have been sitting on Job Seeker, maybe even JobKeeper, but waiting for those. It's funny, you walk down the street and you see business owners, doors are shut, and they're in there just looking at their laptop, waiting for an order to come through.
And look, and there's a whole bunch of other businesses as well that business services being forced to work from home, and so provided HR advice, marketing advice, those sorts of things. Small businesses that actually serve other small businesses, they're also in an enormous amount of trouble. Retailers, there's more than 20,000 community retailers that are currently closed. Now, it's okay for these big guys. They've got click and collect and big marketing budgets, and they're just picking up more market share, more to the detriment of the small guys.
All right, we'll leave it there. Always great to chat, Bill. And of course, great to have you on board as well with our new campaign, the Aussie Business Campaign, Revive Australia. Always great to have you on board and love your work. Thank you so much.
Look, it's a great initiative you've got going on there, Aaron, and we're very pleased to be involved with it. And let's support these local businesses. Let's get them thriving.
That's it. Sorrento this week, Ballarat next week. It'll be nice to get out and see what's going on out there too, Bill. Thank you.